just gradual progression from pornography to more deviant versions of pornography. It's not something I acted on. And
Y'all, this courtroom moment is tense. Jacob Glandon, a former Air Force nurse, faces serious charges that ended his career. He expresses remorse and claims he's in treatment. But when he talks about how things progressed, Judge Boyd interrupts with a haunting question. What's next? Silence fills the room.
You may proceed. If you'll bring your client up. Court is calling 2022 CR 11918W, State of Texas versus Jacob Nathaniel Glandon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Oscar Salinas.
For the defense?
Kurt Francie.
And are you Mr. Glandon?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 4 years. This looks to be $1,000 fine. There are no applications. The state is taking in consideration CM numbers 96675 and 96677. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and according to the plea bargaining agreement, the defendant entered a plea of no contest to possession of child pornography. It is a cap of 4 years. State, is there anything you wish to argue? Do you have any witnesses?
State would reserve for rebuttal, Judge. No witnesses.
All right, defense, do you have any witnesses?
Well, no, Your Honor. I do have a report. I'll just like to enter for, put in the record from his treatment provider that he was attending. It's just 2 paragraphs describing what he did. But I'd like it to be in the record so that parole, if they get the records, we have this.
All right, any objections to defense exhibit 1?
No.
All right, if you'll have it marked.
For defense exhibit number 1, which is a 2-paragraph report from Mark Harris, just describing the treatment that Jacob underwent from day 1. Jacob was
All right, defense, just a moment. Defense exhibit number 1 then is admitted without objection. Any other witnesses or evidence?
no witnesses or evidence. Right?
All right, defense, the court will hear argument.
Judge, from day 1, Jacob was remorseful. Even upon his arrest, he was very upfront with the officers, which is kind of unusual, I think, in these cases, is that you have somebody that right from day 1 takes responsibility and wants to better himself. He's was in the military. I think he served in Afghanistan. Had kind of a tumultuous upbringing. I think that may have contributed, but we don't know that whether it contributed. But he had a very tumultuous upbringing, moving all the time, unable to establish probably good relationship with people because of his moving. And upon this arrest, basically admitted to the office, the officers. Right away wanted to go into treatment, went into treatment. And seems to really acknowledge that it was helpful to him. He's gained some insight into his issues. And he acknowledges that he didn't at the time understand the harm this was causing other people. And I think that's one of the benefits of the treatment, is that he realized the harm it was causing.
I don't in the PSI report, he says this is the fetish.
Well, yeah, but that's his description. You can see when he talks to the counselor, he realizes in the PSI, he does say he realizes that the harm it was causing, he didn't realize at the time, but now he does. Actually, you say whether I have a witness, I'd like to call actually.
All right.
Jacob, is there anything you'd like to?
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jacob Glandon.
All right, defense.
Jacob, if you could, kind of the, to be good for the judge, just describe after the offense, what actions he took and so forth, to try to gain insight into what was going on with you in your life. So forth.
Talked a lot with my family, fiance. I was open with them about it and agreed therapy was best. They're very supportive of the decision. Therapy opened my eyes to a lot of it. I learned a lot about the pathology and physiology behind the decision. We started with Mark Harris. I started doing like a healthy sexuality workbook, and they're doing weekly meetings. I thought it was very helpful.
You could tell us where were you working prior to this arrest? What were you doing? What was your career?
I was a EMT and a nurse with the Air Force. I worked at Wilford Hall here on Lackland. Been doing that for 10 years since right out of high school.
Did you serve it all overseas?
Yeah, I went to Afghanistan for about 7 months.
And obviously, what effect has this had on you?
It's destroyed it. I've lost absolutely everything. My discharge was on March 8th. I mean, not March 8th, December 8th, just this past month. This is very rough. I didn't realize how much my actions were going to cost me until it was all gone.
Do you have anything else you want to say to the court?
No, I'm sorry. I realize what I've done, and I know it was a mistake. I don't have any way to actually make up for my actions, but if I could, I would.
Well, it wasn't a mistake. It was a choice.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. As a nurse, what unit were you assigned to?
59 in DUS. I was working in the ER last.
Were you working closer near kids?
Yes, sir.
When did you realize or become aware that you were sexually attracted to children?
Probably a couple of years ago. Just gradual progression from pornography to more deviant versions of pornography. It's not something I acted on in
No further questions.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, the girlfriend who's supporting him, does she have children?
No, we were talking about kids prior to all this, but things are delayed, obviously.
Okay. Anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
State will just reserve for rebuttal to the argument.
All right. The according to the plea bargain agreement, it's a cap of 4 years.
Yes, Judge. I would ask the court to at least consider going down from the 4 years. I think it was a little unusual in my experience having a client that from initial meeting to the whole case was very remorseful and very never in a denial situation of what was evolving and so forth, which I think is pretty unusual in these type cases to want to get on top of it and look into it and understand himself. I would just ask the court to consider a 3-year sentence.
All right. Does anyone want to address the issue that his girlfriend is still with him, that he's just told me that he's sexually attracted to children, and that before this came out, they were thinking about having children? I'm assuming that once he's released from prison, they're still going to be having children. Does anyone want to address that issue?
Can you address it?
I don't know what to say to that, ma'am. That's like I said, there's nothing I would ever act on. It's nothing I ever planned to act on. It was.
Well, I mean, you testified that it was a progression for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's the next progression?
Hopefully nothing now. I'm trying to seek treatment and better myself and correct my behavior. And
Because I think that we may be jumping way ahead of the fact that I think it's at least probably from a uninterested party looking at this, that is the fact of whether his girlfriend will even be around when he gets out of prison, I think is speculative. And he is trying to was going to counseling, will probably continue counseling after he gets out.
Well, I do have to consider future safety.
Yeah.
There are plenty of women out there with children who want to hang their star to whomever they hang their star to. All right.
Statutorily, he'd also be a lifetime sex offender registrar.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but. All right, is there anything else?
Yes, Judge, just to point out, to kind of piggyback off what Mr. Grancy said, as soon as the case was brought over to me, they immediately came to me and were looking for a resolution and take responsibility. That's the reason for the cap of 4 years, Judge, wasn't dragged out. The only reason why the case took a while to get in front of you is for my schedule and Mr. Grancy's schedule conflicting over the course of time. But as the court heard from testimony, he participated in this marketplace of going and obtaining sexually explicit, sexually abused material of children. He's also made an admission that he has an attraction towards that. State feels that a 4-year sentence is appropriate in addition to the lifetime registration.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, taking in consideration CM numbers 96675, 96677, and there's chapter 62 registration. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with, he needs to have it. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, he keeps that. You do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You need to continue with treatment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there something for me to sign?
Yes, I will get that for you right now, Judge. Additionally, we agreed that the destruction of the devices that contain the sexually explicit material would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Now that-
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You all, Jacob Glandon's 4-year sentence and lifetime registration are set. Judge Boyd made sure the focus stayed on public safety. His admission of a progression sparked a critical moment. Did she handle it right? Share your thoughts below. Subscribe for more courtroom realities.